So how do you choose the right real estate agent for you? And, I've got some news for you. This is Jason Valentine with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty here in Gallup, New Mexico. The best real estate agent is not always going to be the busiest. The best real estate agent is the one who understands what your hopes, dreams, and goals are and can actually align with your situation. And so, you Google online, you say, hey, what are the best ways to choose real estate agents? And you probably get 99 pages of conflicting information. But, here's 4 questions, and actually I might give you 10 more that you can actually ask your agent that might give you a little better direction on where they're at. How about this one? Question number 1. What is your strategy if things don't work out? And so that's a very, very good tidbit of information is what is your strategy if things work out? If we start off on the market and we don't get an offer within 30 days, what's your strategy, Mr. Agent? And how are we going to make decisions off of there? Here's a great one, which I think is absolutely important, is how often will we communicate? And here's another one. What platform do you use to communicate? Sometimes telephone calls are kind of hard to get to throughout the day. Sometimes you got to rely on text and emails. And so understanding, that your agent, when they're going to communicate with you and also what platform they're going to be using to communicate is something that's really, really important, because if you don't like to respond to text messages, if you have an agent who only texts, well, guess what? There's going to be a conflict right there. What local data guides your decisions? Man, that's a great, great, great question, because, local data is ultimately what makes real estate agents in the local market important, because we have a very, very different market than, let's say, Albuquerque, New Mexico, or Phoenix, Arizona, right here in Gallup, New Mexico. And so if you're not using local data and defining how you can make decisions with that, you might want to consider a real estate agent that can do something different for you. What happens when the plan fails? My goodness, that's a great conversation to have right there. Is, that's understanding, is your agent going to lock you into a 1-year lease even though you're not or 1-year listing agreement even though you're not going to get the results that you want? Or is an agent going to be a little bit more flexible with you? What happens if we start off with a plan and it's not going according to the plan and we need to change plans? Maybe a few other questions. Here's a good one, right? Are you part of a larger team, or are you trying to do this all by yourself? That's a good indication of whether you're going to be able to have a little better experience if there's other partners that you can reach out to and such like that. Or if your agent is sick or in the hospital, you're not going to know anything until they get out. Well, that's a possibility. How long have you been in this market? That's a great question right there, because the local market is so important. Knowing how long your agent's been doing this and what kind of production they have kind of gives you an indication of what kind of results that they can produce for you. So there's just a little bit of context, and you're looking for a real estate agent, some questions that you can be asking that's going to help you align with the right real estate agent. Some other things that you might just want to have context on is, Gallup is a very, very small market, and we have a limited pool of buyers. And so an agent who's understanding what the strategies are to attract those buyers in the local market is something that's really, really important. And really, local market knowledge matters probably more than anything. So it's very smart to be interviewing real estate agents when you are looking for them. And usually that involves not going out to look at houses or not listing your house right away, but actually identifying who's going to work for you. Choose alignment over popularity. And I also encourage you to choose results over popularity, because there's a lot of real estate agents out there that they're great people, but they're not getting the result for their buyers and sellers that they need to be. So this is Jason Valentine with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty. Just a couple of tips to help you choose the right real estate agent. That way you can get the results that you want in your real estate transaction. If you have questions or concerns, you can give us a call at 505-863-4363. Call me on my cell, 575-496-1068. Or if you want to book an appointment, there's a link somewhere in the comments or in the description of this video, and you can book a one-on-one appointment with me right here at the office. Anyway, have a great time. Enjoy your real estate agent. They should be your ally, not your adversary. And I wish you the best in your real estate transaction. Take care.